Well, hello and welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. Today we have an absolutely beautiful morning, and it's just the right temperature. Coffee's just the right temperature, and let's see what we got going on the channel this week. Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today. Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean, and then holy cow. I always had a schmear. A schmear. So he's probably going for bagels. His friends. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. I have no clue. And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that? So today we have a special shout out. And this goes to a channel called The Terrain Tutor. Now, I have followed Mel and his channel for several years now. He's helped me a lot in the model railroading and in the diorama department. He's got some really good content when it comes to that type of stuff. Mostly he does like wargaming things, but it's stuff that I can definitely use. Mel has fallen on some hard times, and midweek I put up a little blurb on my channel with a link to his latest video. What I can tell you is very few YouTube creators make any real money. Okay, very few, and usually it's some of these younger guys who are very technology driven, who, you know, let's face it, they're in that generation where this type of environment they can thrive. Mel's not necessarily, he's more like me. He's an older gentleman. Well, okay, I'll use the term gentleman in my case very loosely, but he's an older guy, and he seems very nice. He's out of the UK. Please check out his channel, but I'm going to put a link in the description of his latest video and his plea for help. I did what I could for him, and I figured the least I could do was put it out there for you guys, for, you know, my viewers, to see if you guys can help him out at all. So check out The Terrain Tutor. Arr, matey. Well, this last week we took you guys on a tour of a couple of the animatronics that I have been working on. Dean the Deathologist, who I purchased last season. Really like him. I love his accent, but he's, when I get my home bar finished, great. He's going to be fun for that. However, when I do my home bar, it's probably going to be pirate themed anyway. So I decided, yeah, we're just going to make him into a pirate. He's going to be a part of the crew of the rest of the pirates I've got around here. So wanted to show you guys what we had done there. And then the guitarist, the guitar reaper, or the reaper guitarist, whatever you want to call him. I've been wanting him for over a year and haven't been able to get him. I got an announcement that says, hey, it's back in stock. So of course I rushed right over and got him. I knew from the moment I got him what I wanted to do with him. There's only, you know, in my book, 3 really amazing guitarists that have been. One of them is George Lynch, and well, it was just a no-brainer that I was going to do a George Lynch Reaper guitarist. So the Mr. Scary Bones guitar, I probably should have left the body black, but since everything else on this skeleton is black, I thought we'll put a little bit of color there. Could have done red, but I had that color shift paint. I thought, nah, we'll do the color shift paint. So that's why I went that route. I really like how he turned out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that show. On the stash, we had that 37mm anti-tank gun, which I was absolutely thrilled to be able to find. As you guys know, and I've mentioned it before, that's what Dad fired when he first got over to the Philippines. That's what he trained on in basic and went over to the Philippines. And he was part of a headquarters company and the anti-tank platoon, and he was part of the crew. later on, he went on to using a recoilless rifle when those were introduced. The M18, and I believe he even used the M20 at one time. Anyway, so that was a neat kit for me to be able to find and get. And we'll get started on it one of these days. It's not a high priority, but it's got a lot of small parts in it. Man, that's a little teeny gun. But I have pictures of guys in the Philippines pushing that thing around. Yeah, I know it was towed by a Jeep, but not always. Getting it into position. So anyway, that was kind of a fun one for me. Coming up on the stash this week, yes, we will have a show, and I just don't know what it's going to be because I got a bunch of stuff right now to review, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So the main show tomorrow. Yesterday there was a model show, a local model show, the IPMS biannual. We have it every 2 years. Model show here model contest, I should say, here in Salt Lake City. And for the past, the past 3 of them, so that means six years, I've been a vendor at the show. It gives me an opportunity to go through my stash, look at stuff that I go, wow, why did I ever get that? I mean, it was an impulse buy, and I'm never going to build that, that type of thing. Well, hello, Onyx. Hello. I got a little Onyx here. So it gives me an opportunity to thin down the stash a bit, and sometimes also, well, buy other stuff. So it's just kind of an exchange. I make a few dollars, and I spend a few dollars. Hopefully I don't spend more than I make, but it does happen. So anyway, we are going tomorrow's show is going to be about that model contest. We're going to walk you guys around the contest floor, show you some of the really just fantastic stuff that the guys here build, and we'll walk you through the vendors area. So that's tomorrow's show. By the way, I probably introduced you guys to Onyx before. This is my son's dog, Onyx. He got a haircut last week, yes. And Onyx is so handsome. Oh, yes. And since it's a little chilly out here for almost bald dogs, he's got a cute little outfit on. So, yes. Oh, Onyx, you're such a good boy. Such a good boy. Okay, down you go. All right. So what's been going on? What's been going on this week? Well, we did have some storms roll through. That was kind of a stormy week. We went from mid-90s to mid-60s in this week for the high, and then down where it was cool enough that I got the furnace ready. I didn't turn it on yet, but I got it ready because it was cool enough that we might need it. Fortunately, the temps have gone back up a little bit, and we've got beautiful skies right now. But with that, we had a few thunderstorms move in, and of course that wreaks havoc on the animatronics. Not necessarily the rain, but the wind. And so we have to batten down the hatches, and you'd think a crew of pirates would be used to this. Apparently not, particularly their hats. I don't know how they kept their hats on, really, out there in the water, going on a ship. I have no idea. But anyway, because my guys can't keep theirs on. Some of them can't keep their hair on. I digress. So I've been putting things back together after the storms, and I've been working on a couple of more of the animatronics. We'll share that with you in a few weeks. Enhancing them, trying to make them more, customized, if you will. Make them look better, make them look more, I don't think you can make them look more dead, but maybe more scary or just, more piratey, whatever. So I've been doing that. I have not touched a model all week. I know, I'm a little concerned about it myself. And with the model show yesterday, I didn't have any time to do any modeling. Hopefully I will today. I want to get going on the Warlock. A friend of mine last week had mentioned about a color that I should use for the Warlock, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I will be working on that real soon. One other thing that came out of the live broadcast last week was a suggestion. I've got all these pirates, but I have no winches. And I thought, that's right. I'm working on a mermaid, running into some, problems getting that taken care of. But I thought, I need a winch. You're right. I do. I've got all these pirates. I've got a tavern, and there's no winch. So I'm going to try and remedy that here real soon. We'll see how that goes. When I say real soon, here's the timeline. I really would like to have my Halloween display stuff done by the 1st of October. So I've got to get on my horse and get this done. That way I have a few weeks. And I mean, think about this. Living here in Utah, the first week in October is usually nice. It's kind of September-ish. The second week, starts getting a little more cooler, stormy type thing. Thunderstorms are gone by then. Third week in October, I will be in Virginia speaking at a conference. And so nothing's going to happen that week, and I won't be here to enjoy all this, really cool stuff. But usually around then, that's where the bottom can start falling out on the weather. And the last 3 years, we've had good weather all the way through until about the 1st of November. 3 years ago, we did have that big storm that rolled through when I wanted to do my pirate party outside, so we wound up moving inside. This year, just the way things are, I'm thinking that we're gonna be wearing coats for Halloween. I think that I'm going to be taking down the displays a week early before Halloween. So realistically, I've only got about 3 weeks to enjoy them out here after the 1st of October. So I really need to get on my horse and get done what I'm going to do this year out here. All right, folks. Well, you guys have the rest of a great weekend. And we will see you tomorrow for the local model show and some of the great talent that was there. Take care.